Oh, look, watering cans. Welcome to the Square Spiral Garden. I've gotten some things done today and a little bit done this week as well. One of the things I've done today is dig up a couple of trees. Well, a couple. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 trees. I'm going to try to transplant them. I also dug up two or three of the elderberry shoots. And you'll notice this is a little different too, because the metal rods used to be here, and I'm just done with them being there. Rosemary, surviving. I'm so proud of it, making it just a little bit. I have dug up some of the garlic for friends of mine at my nerd church. I also ate a lot of it for lunch today. It's a mild flavor. It's really lovely. Apple tree, just appling along. No fruit this year, I guess, on this one. Yarrow, full bloom. Wee pond, growing lots of mint for us. Thank you, thank you. Not exactly what we asked you to do, but that's fine. Yeah, yarrow is such a pretty flower. I put some compost in here, forgetting that I had transplanted some canna lilies here last year. So the bulbs came up there like, ugh. I was like, oh no. So I put them back and they are thriving. They're doing just fine. They like that compost. This apple tree, I thought it did have one piece of fruit on it this year. I was all excited. Now I don't see it. Maybe the birds ate it. Oh, well, here's one. Is that not the saddest looking apple you've ever seen? I guess I should have sprayed it a second time. Look, I think maybe putting the compost this close to it has shocked the tree a little bit. Yeah, see, that's the apple cedar rust. I had sprayed the tree, but I guess those leaves got missed. You can see it's not on every leaf, just on some. But, you know, we're doing what we can. I did work on pulling up more of the mugwort over here. Yes, the cat always gets excited when it comes time to pull weeds. More canna. So I got this peony kind of in the clear, and also some of the phlox out into the clear where they can get more sunlight. Ooh, look at that. We've got a honeysuckle volunteering. That's another reason you have to keep up on the weeding. But the phlox has done pretty well this year. It's surviving nicely. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. So I had dug up several of these plants because they had a virus. Luckily, it's the kind of virus, it's called aster yellow. If you dig up the plant, you're good. You just dig up the plant and that's fine. This one was looking okay, so I left it, and I think it is free of the virus. I did dig up another red bud here, but the root was very deep. It went all the way, went a couple of feet in every direction just about. And grass, there's always grass. So I'm not counting on that one surviving. I put it in the weed pile. Now this is cilantro bolting. Here's our sunchokes. They're doing all right so far. I have not yet seen any deer coming after them, but they will. It's just a matter of time. Here's the feral wild kitty. Where's your wild kitty? You are. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Anytime I start weeding the mugwort, she thinks I'm creating a little tunnel for her to hide in. Yeah. Mariposa. So I did get a couple things done that I wanted to get done. Here's the garlic, the leaf garlic, getting ready to flower. These are the flowers. Here's our hazelnut, update on the hazelnut. Some more work that I did last week. I think it was in last week's video as well. I pulled up this mugwort and used it to mulch itself. And of course it's not dead. It's never going to be dead. But I got the salvia more sunlight and it seems to really be appreciating that. It's perked up a lot. There's our butterfly weed. The leaf garlic is like, I shall eat the path. So one thing I wanted to do, and it's kind of silly because every time I would come out to transplant one of the poke weeds, I would get excited because the leaves would look so good and I would just pick the poke leaves and go eat them. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'll do it next week. So I finally got this done. This is in a nice shady spot in the garden, and I'm going to let this one grow, and the others I'm going to dig up so that I can use that bed for another purpose, and you'll see what that is about in a minute. So here's the poke. I've watered it in. It has not even started to wilt at all. It looks great. These guys, however, have wilted quite a bit. They do not respond well to the shock, I guess, of being moved. This is the baby elderberries that I've been planning on moving. So they came out of here and here. And, oh, there's another one that I missed earlier. I didn't see it. One of them that I pulled up, it immediately just broke. So it's just laying here now. I'm going to keep this guy. She's already blooming. Honestly, with this plant, it turns into a hedge. Here's the parent plant. Blooming, really looking pretty. Also looking a little worn. A lot of the branches have just died back. Let's see, where's one of the flowers? There's one of the flowers. Oh, grapevine, by the way. So yeah, this is a nice shady area that's being taken over by wild garlic. There's my garlic and then the wild garlic. You can see which one I prefer. But yeah, the poke should do real nicely here. I'll let it seed and then I'll have my own little poke patch. I realized today that I'm basically building a forager's garden. Here's where I've moved the mugwort to, and this is where I'll let it grow as well. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, so I've not yet weeded it. Same with the, oh my goodness, that was a dragonfly, I think. So, haven't done anything with this yet. It's got my favorite weed, the dayflower, Asiatic dayflower. Grows very intense and chokes everything and then is very easy to pull up, and it's pretty. Still no sign of life on my figs. I'm so bummed about this. I really thought that they would transplant and at least come back from the root, and there is no sign that they are coming back from the root at all. But it was free. It didn't cost me a lot of effort, so I'll try again. Did some weeding around my little serviceberry here so it can get some more light and some more air. Asparagus, now taller than me. The poison ivy did come back. I pulled it up this morning, and then I immediately got a handful of dirt and rubbed it all over where I pulled the leaves. That should absorb all of the oil. I will let you know. So this is my new project. This is Chinese yam. It's been growing all around this area for a while now. Chinese yam. I finally did some research on it. Chinese yam. It literally is a yam from China. And it's edible raw. It's the only cultivated yam that is edible raw. I think you do have to scrub the skin off, and that's it. And of course you can also cook it. You know, you don't have to eat it raw. So I've dug up some of it. Man, I keep cutting down these trees. They keep coming back from the root. Grape. So here's where these guys are now. I transplanted the yams here and here. So this is the north end of the bed. So now we're facing kind of south-southwest. This is the bed where I had garlic mustard growing. So now I've put the 2 bars in, and I'm gonna probably run some rope maybe around it. Or honestly, it seems to grow so, it seems to be such a strong grower, I might just be able to train the vines across. Just let them grow up and train them across. So I'm hoping that these guys right here, let's see, where are the leaves? Yep. So if I can get them to grow up here and then across and across, and the same with that one, grow around, and then this can be just their that can be their place. All right, here's what used to be the strawberry bed and is now the mint bed. I should dig that one out too. As deep as the other one's roots were, I know that I'm in for a challenge on that one. Here's the sorrel going to seed. It's now kind of out in the open. We've got lots of the decorative strawberry. We call it wild strawberry, but they're not poisonous. People are like, oh, don't eat them, they're poisonous. No, they're not, but they don't really taste very good. So I've been pulling up a lot of them today. They just don't have much flavor at all. They just kind of bleh. Obviously I did not pull up all of them, but they're everywhere right now. I'm trying to grab them so that the seeds don't sprout. Okay, I'm getting caught up in weeding here. I need to keep talking. All right, but I do have some cultivated strawberries in here, and I grabbed some of them for my lunch today. And look, there's more. Ooh, here's a pretty one. So because the strawberries have been kind of shaded, the berries are smaller, but they taste just fine. And They gotten in the habit of picking them just before they get really red. Those are the bluffy. They still taste fine. Okay, that one's a little ooky. So when they're just pale red, they can be just as sweet. And that means usually you're going to get them before other critters do. Now, I failed on that one. The slugs have already gotten it to it. Or the pill bugs. But that's been one of my successes this year, is picking the strawberries before they really finish up. Okay, now this is crazy over here. Here's our gladiolus bed. Oh my gosh, I do have a daisy. I had transplanted an oxeye daisy over here a couple years ago, and then it seemed to have died. And I was very sad, because it's like oxeyes are supposed to be very hardy. You know, they're weeds basically. And I was like, fine, I can't grow weeds. So that makes me happy. I'm counting on getting flowers out of my daylilies this year. I transplanted them last year. So I don't know what color they are. I'm assuming they're going to be the orange ones. Here's where I dug up garlic for my friends. Here's my woad. I had to train it back because I was working right there and it was like flopped over. Woad going to seed. Very excited. Lots of seeds. We're gonna get lots of seeds. We have a lot of mint. Last year, the mint did not fare very well. It was a dry April last year. This year, we've gotten rain. So it is doing all right. I've gotten some strawberries from this guy. We've got cannas coming up. The ground is really nice and soft right now. Look at this mint here. This mint is going to be beautiful. So we've got about a month before we need to harvest it. Ooh, look at that strawberry. It's mine now. Yeah, the strawberries just rogued themselves all over the garden. I can't really go against a plant's nature. All I can think is, well, that's what it wanted to do. I'll work with it. And I realized today, as I was picking yet another bowl of pokeweed, that's all through here, all that pokeweed. I'm growing a forager's garden. A friend of mine called it wildcrafting. I think that's another good term for it. Oh, there's a wasp on that plant I was just about to show you. Excuse me, wasp. Ooh, this guy's getting ready to bloom. What is this? I don't know what this is, but it's getting ready to bloom. Oh my gosh, we have blueberries on that berry tree right there, berry bush. Blueberry just barely hanging on. And that one is actually doing quite nicely. That's the one I thought was in the worst shape, but it's doing all right. Yeah, here's the yam bed from the other side. I did think I was going to get out here and turn over all this dirt, and that's as far as I got. I had other priorities. I'm tempted to try something, and I know it won't work, but it might work. You know, do you know what I mean? I'm thinking about coming out here and just digging furrows with my cultivator and putting seeds in and see how they do. I want to try, what are they called? Amaranth. I've got the red Hopi amaranth seeds. I think I still have them. I might have given all the seeds away. But if I have them, I might do that there. And then over here, kind of the same thing. Oh, that's where I dug out one of the trees, the oak tree. Come in here and just try scattering the mustard seeds and see how they do. It would not work. I've tried it before, but that's the kind of temptation that I'm facing. Like, what if I just was lazy? And, you know, that never really works. Dealing with, this is Black-Eyed Susan. It keeps volunteering in the pathways. So I'm stepping on it. Like, would you grow? Okay, here's it. It is in a bed. This is going to stay. But it just, like, why are you all volunteering in? No, they're not all doing it. Frustration. Yeah, see, I dug up one of the... Started to dig it up, and then I realized it cut the root. So I'm just gonna let it dry. That's one of the pokeweeds. I'm going to try to get the poke out of this bed because I want it to be dedicated to other weeds, clearly. Now, this is these are seed pods for the mustard greens. So they've really enjoyed growing here. I'm trying to get them to just self-seed here again. This thing has come up. I don't know what it is. It's pretty and it's soft, so I've been letting it grow. I told you, I'm like the craziest gardener. So that's what's going on in the garden today. Oh, I forgot to show you all the Artemisia is starting to bloom too. So here's my crazy, crazy garden. I'm gonna try now to go plant those trees that are in the buckets over there. I'm gonna plant them along over there. I'm gonna plant the elderberries as well. Water them in real well. And then I think we're going to have rain for the next couple of days. So it's the perfect time to transplant. All right. Be well, y'all.